All right, folks, it is absolutely cold all across this country as a result of this polar vortex. In Chicago, it is going to be colder tomorrow than in Antarctica. In Detroit, it could be as cold as 35 degrees below. We're talking about dangerously cold temperatures and high winds that's going to hit the Midwest and then the East Coast. Up to 83 million people could very well face sub-zero temperatures, and you need to stay on top of what's going on, especially when it comes to the wind chill and frostbite. Here to explain all of this is Paul Goodlow of the Weather Channel. Paul, glad to have you back on Roland Martin Unfiltered. How do we even get to this point that this much cold weather blanketing the country?
Well, I mean, Roland, it's January. It's January 29th. So we're literally in the middle of winter. So cold happens. Now, you know, we always have a short-term memory. We have to remember the last time we had this type of cold air. It's been in many cities across the Midwest, maybe 25 years or more since we've experienced temperatures this cold for, several days like we're experiencing right now. But this is still winter. Now, yes, it is possibly record-setting cold in many cities. Chicago, for example, we've never had a high temperature as cold as it's forecast for tomorrow. I think that the record is 11 degrees all time, the coldest warm temperature of the day in Chicago. And we could see daytime temperatures around 15, 14 degrees below zero for a high temperature. Yeah, that is definitely remarkable. And temperatures we haven't seen since really the mid-90s in many locations. So it's cold. And yes, winter still happens, even though we are changing our climate. There is global warming. There's no belief. It is a fact. It is real. But weather is day to day. It's, a couple of days at a stretch. Yes, we can still have cold air and still have global warming, and this is basically old school winter back here across the U.S.
And we talk about that. I mean, Detroit, we're hearing reports of minus 35 below as well. Explain to people what that means in terms of them going outside, the need to cover up, the idea of frostbite, things along those lines.
Well, the good news is a lot of schools are closed. Chicago schools are closed for tomorrow. Could even be closed on Thursday, too, because the cold air lingers into Thursday. Same thing in Detroit. Public schools are closed there. And that's a good thing, because with just a wind at, 5, 10 miles an hour, maybe even 15, that you might not even, really remark on a typical day. When you have air temperatures this cold, you have something called a wind chill. So the air will take this small amount of warm air, which is kind of trapped close to our body, and evaporate it, which means our body now works harder to stay warm. That's the wind chill. And wind chills, when you have air temperatures in the single digits below zero or the teens below zero, with a light wind like that, it can make your body feel like it's out in minus 40, minus 50, even minus 60-degree wind chills. We've already had those today across parts of Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, even in Wisconsin. So we've already had these very mind-numbing, even deadly wind chills out there, and it can give you frostbite in the matter of maybe 5 to 10 minutes if you don't have covering on your skin, or you minimize your impact. You don't minimize your impact with the elements, with the wind, the tips of your nose, your ears, and I don't care whether you're white or black or yellow, Puerto Rican or Haitian. You are not immune to this. If you spend time outdoors, you will feel this. It literally takes your breath away and could definitely harm those of us on the extremes. We're talking about the infirmed, the young, the elderly. All these people are more susceptible to succumbing to winter-related illnesses, including frostbite and frostnip and possibly even hypothermia. Got to keep an eye on little ones as well, because sometimes they want to be out there playing and not realizing that their body is screaming for some type of attention and warmth. So this is the type of weather that can literally have life-changing impacts on your body as little as 10 minutes out there. We're not trying to overhype this. I mean, this is some dangerous weather.
Last question for you. How long is this going to last? 1 or 2 days or through the weekend?
It'll last, well, It's winter, so we have about 5.5 more weeks to go, about 50 days until spring. But this latest blast of cold air will last really through Thursday. As we head towards Friday, we start moderating the temperatures. Now, again, we're not getting back to T-shirt weather, but we're getting out of the 30 degrees below average type weather. Still going to be cold. Chicago, Detroit, maybe even having some quick snow showers as we head on towards the weekend, but not this brutally, I can't stand outside more than 5 or 10 minutes without getting frostbite type weather. That will kind of ease a bit as we head on towards the end of the week. But remember, we're still in January. We still have all of February to get through. And I know the Northeast knows from last year, even in March, they had about, 4 nor'easters in about a 5-week span. So we're still not done in terms of winter weather at all. But this latest blast of Arctic air is basically coming for many cities in the climatologically coldest part of the year. So this is remarkable, but not unheard of in terms of weather that we've experienced here in the U.S. It's just that we haven't experienced it in quite some time. And you know, we always have a short-term memory, but we've had cold air like this before. It's just been, if you got kids who are teenagers, they've never experienced this. And I know, I think about 6 or 7 years ago, another big blast came through here, and that's the type of weather we hadn't seen in maybe 30 years. So it's just not as frequent as it used to be. But as you know, Roland, because we're about the same age, this is an old school winter across the Midwest and the Great Lakes.
All right, Paul Goodloe, Weather Channel. I appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot. You want to check out Roland Martin Unfiltered? YouTube.com/Roland S. Martin. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. See that name right there? Roland Martin Unfiltered. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's YouTube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so when we go live, you'll know it.